What if I told you that before you ever open your mouth, your power has already been judged, that in the first few seconds of entering a room, you are crowned as sovereign or dismissed as prey? Machiavelli warned that rulers are not measured by truth, but by perception, respect, fear, authority. All of it is decided long before words are spoken. And that's why I've crafted 7 strategic laws of body language, weapons forged from psychology, history, and Machiavelli's ruthless wisdom. By the end, you'll know exactly how to seize a room without speaking, dominate with your gaze, weaponize silence, align body and voice, radiate invulnerability, strike with precision, and wear the mask of a king. Ask yourself, when you walk into your next battlefield, whether it's a boardroom, a negotiation, or even a date, will they see a sovereign or a servant? Law 1. Seize the room before you speak. Presence is conquest. Own the space, or crawl in as prey. Presence does not wait for words. It begins the instant your shadow crosses the threshold. Before a sound escapes your mouth, before you even exhale, your body has already announced your rank. Sovereign or servant, wolf or sheep, master or supplicant. And here is where most of you fail. You enter not as rulers, but as beggars. You creep into rooms as though apologizing for existing. Your shoulders slump. Your eyes dart for approval. Your steps are rushed, hesitant, unsure. You bow without realizing, and you whisper with your movements. You don't claim attention. You beg not to be rejected. This is weakness at its purest, invisible, forgettable, pathetic. Machiavelli knew better. He understood that appearances rule perception, and perception rules power. He warned that rulers must appear great, even if they are not. Power is judged first by the eyes, not the ears. A timid entrance does not merely suggest weakness, it provokes contempt. And contempt, he warned, is more dangerous than hatred, because contempt destroys respect. A hated ruler may still be feared. A ruler who is despised is nothing but prey. Understand this, today's palaces are not stone fortresses. They are offices, boardrooms, courtrooms, and dining tables. They are stages where status is silently assigned before a single word is spoken. If you enter like an intruder, small and apologetic, you have already surrendered. The throne is gone before the battle even begins. So how does one seize a room without speaking? Through the discipline of the body. Stand tall. Straighten your spine until gravity itself seems to align with you. A bent posture is a bent will. Expand your frame. Subtly spread your stance, your shoulders, your presence, as though the very air is displaced by your arrival. Move with deliberate inevitability. A lion does not sprint into the savannah. It walks slowly, deliberately, as if time itself submits to its rhythm. The world parts, not from noise, but from inevitability. Claim territory. Place your hand on the table and let it stay there. Take the seat that forces eyes to meet you. Spread your belongings with quiet confidence, not as clutter, but as flags of ownership. You are not a guest. You are the gravitational center. Control tempo. Never rush. Never scurry. Move as though the room itself must adjust to your pace. Stillness is power. Silence is domination. The timid man contorts himself to fit the world. The powerful man forces the world to bend around him. The weak apologize for their presence. The strong make their presence undeniable. Here lies the principle. Internal mastery becomes external dominion. The one who governs his own body, the stillness, the pace, the space, automatically governs others. People obey what feels inevitable. If you seize the space, unapologetic and immovable, You seize the people within it. The first battle of power is not fought with words. It is fought with aura, and it is won or lost the moment you cross the threshold.
Hey guys, we're Strategy, based in Abu Dhabi. We use AI tools to make these concepts come to life, but it's our amazing team who goes deep, breaking down powerful philosophical ideas and showing how they really apply in everyday life. We hope you enjoyed today's content.
Law 2. Rule with your gaze. Eyes are weapons. Wield them or be disarmed. The eyes do not simply see. They rule. They bind. They pierce. They are the most primitive declaration of power. A single look can crown or condemn. Your gaze proclaims instantly whether you are predator or prey. And here is where the weak collapse. You cannot hold a stare. You flicker your gaze nervously, as though searching for escape. You look down like beaten dogs, ashamed of your own existence. Every nervous glance exposes you. Every retreat drains your authority. The room may not consciously register it, but they feel it. And once they feel your weakness, you are finished. You are dismissed before you even begin. Machiavelli knew the truth. Love is fickle. Fear is reliable. The gaze is fear without cruelty. It is silent domination. It does not scream. It does not beg. It simply asserts. A steady gaze declares with no words, I am the sovereign. You are the subject. I am the hunter. You are the hunted. Look at your modern battlegrounds. A boardroom negotiation, a heated confrontation, a date across the table. The room is full of distractions, noise, shifting attention. Yet the one who holds unbroken eye contact cuts through it all like steel through flesh. The steady gaze says, I cannot be shaken. I cannot be ignored. I am already in control. And the weak man, who flinches or blinks too soon, surrenders without realizing it. His throne is taken before he ever speaks. So how do you forge this weapon into a blade? Hold steady. Do not plead. Do not apologize with your eyes. Your gaze must be calm, unwavering, sovereign. Release slowly. Never dart your eyes away like prey. If you break the gaze, do so like a ruler granting mercy, as though you allowed them to escape, not as though you needed escape yourself. Trap them in orbit. When you look at someone, make them feel as though nothing exists but your gaze. Narrow their world until they are tethered to you, unable to slip away. The tongue lies, the body deceives, but the eyes always speak truth. That is why the weak man fears them, and why the strong man rules with them. Internal mastery becomes external domination. When your gaze does not flinch, others bend. When your eyes hold steady, people follow. Men falter. Women yield. Opponents hesitate. The gaze enslaves because it cuts deeper than words. To rule the eyes is to rule the room, and to rule the room is to rule the world. Law 3. Command silence like a blade. Stillness is sovereignty. Silence is terror. Your body betrays you long before your tongue does. You cannot sit still. You fidget like a child. You tap your fingers, shuffle your feet, scratch your neck, laugh nervously to smother the void. Pathetic. Every twitch, every nervous sound, every desperate movement is a confession. I am weak. I am anxious. I am not in control. This is not the behavior of a ruler. This is the performance of a jester, a servant begging the room for mercy. The world does not respect the restless. It consumes them. Machiavelli warned that a prince must never appear anxious. Composure is not an accessory. It is armor. Restlessness reveals fragility, and fragility invites attack. Like vultures circling a wounded beast, people are drawn to the faintest sign of weakness. The moment your body reveals it, you have already bled authority. Now picture the modern battlefield. a job interview where silence is a test. The restless candidate spills words to fill the void, exposing insecurity. The still candidate lets the void deepen until the interviewer breaks first. A hostile negotiation where your opponent grows twitchy fills the air with concessions. The one who remains silent sits like stone, while the other bargains against himself. A confrontation where one man shouts, fidgets, explodes in motion, while the other stands still, unshaken. The crowd instantly knows who is in command, not the loud one, but the still one. The restless betray themselves, the impatient surrender. But the still man, he becomes the immovable axis. The world begins to orbit him, whether it wants to or not. So cut weakness from your body. Exterminate nervous gestures. Treat every fidget like a disease. Tap nothing, shuffle nothing. Remove every reflex that screams, I am unsettled. Pause deliberately. Do not fear silence, weaponize it. Let pauses stretch like noose ropes, tightening around the necks of others. Force exposure. Say nothing until they cannot bear it. Make them speak into the void. Make them reveal their nerves, their secrets, their desperation. Stillness bends time. Silence bends men. The weak man rushes to fill the void. The strong man lets the void consume the weak. Internal mastery becomes external domination. He who controls silence controls truth. He speaks little, yet reveals nothing. His stillness forces others to speak too much, to expose too much. In their babble, their cracks appear. In his silence, his power hardens. To master silence is not to retreat. It is to enslave the desperate. Law 4. Forge body and voice into one. Misalignment is death. Unity is rule. Words without body are corpses, empty shells. You can shout strength, but if your shoulders slump, the lie is exposed. You can promise certainty, but if your eyes flicker doubt, the fraud is seen. Weak men fracture here. Bold tongues with cowardly bodies, and the crowd always believes the weakness, always. This is where most of you disintegrate. You puff your chest with words, but your body leaks defeat. You declare confidence, yet your gestures betray you. You boast of control, yet your trembling hands scream panic. Pathetic. Your words may reach ears, but your body reaches the soul, and the soul always trusts the body. Machiavelli understood this. He insisted that rulers must appear virtuous, even when they are not, because perception conquers truth. Misalignment is collapse. A fractured image is not just weakness, it is death. Look around today. A CEO proclaims stability while his posture curls in collapse, and investors sense bankruptcy before the numbers show it. A politician promises victory while his body leaks fear, and the crowd knows defeat is already written. Lovers, soldiers, citizens, they all decide unconsciously. Do the words and the body align? If not, the verdict is instant. Liar, fraud, coward. So forge body and voice into a single weapon. Sharpen gestures. Let every hand movement cut in unison with your words. No wasted motion, no contradiction. Slow your rhythm. Rushed words scatter like dust. Slowed words land like stone. Control the tempo, and you control the pulse of the room. Move deliberately. Every shift of posture, every tilt of the head, every glance, measured, chosen, necessary. Nothing accidental, nothing wasted. Understand, the fractured man is dismissed. The unified man is obeyed. Internal mastery becomes external domination. When your body and your voice march in lockstep, you project inevitability. Enemies sense destiny in you. Followers confuse appearance for reality and perception for truth. They cannot separate image from fact, and so they submit. not to you, but to the illusion you have welded into steel. Law 5. Radiate invulnerability. Stand exposed. Fear nothing. Most of you lose the battle before it begins. You enter already defeated, shoulders caved in, arms folded across your chest like shackles you placed on yourself, heads lowered, eyes searching the floor. You do not radiate sovereignty. You radiate submission. You broadcast to the world, I am not a threat. I am prey. Ignore me. Dismiss me. Step over me. Pathetic. This posture is not just weakness. It is treason against your own power. Machiavelli warned, fear invites rebellion. A ruler who looks afraid is already dead. Even the illusion of fear poisons authority, because once fear is smelled, it spreads like rot. No army, no speech, no wealth can save the man whose body whispers weakness. But the sovereign does not hide. He does not cower. He stands exposed, chest open, arms uncrossed, chin lifted, not in arrogance, but in inevitability. His very posture announces, strike me if you dare, I do not flinch, and the world, sensing no fear, hesitates to test him. Most men collapse before this posture. The few who don't quickly learn they are outmatched. Understand this, true power is not concealed behind shields and defenses. True power stands boldly in the open. It dares the strike and watches hesitation defeat the attacker. The daring itself is a weapon, so discipline your body to radiate sovereignty. Uncross your arms. They are shackles you forged yourself. Let them hang with calm command or move with precise intent. Lift your chest. The sovereign expands. The slave contracts. Let your presence take its full height. Hold your chin firm, not arrogant tilt, but unshakable steel, the face of inevitability. Relax, but never collapse. Tension screams fear. Relaxed control whispers invulnerability. The weak man folds inward and is forgotten. The sovereign expands outward and is obeyed. Internal mastery becomes external domination. When you radiate invulnerability, you create hierarchy without speaking. The room orders itself around you. The timid sink. The restless defer. Authority flows upward, toward the one who does not hide. Posture alone crowns rulers. Posture alone casts down servants. Law 6. Strike with gestures like blades. A flailing hand is weakness. A precise hand is a weapon. Your body is an arsenal, yet most of you squander it like children waving sticks in the dark. You scatter your energy with frantic motions, hands fluttering, arms flailing, fingers twitching. You drown your words in nervous chaos. Instead of commanding attention, you beg for scraps of it. Instead of sharpening your message, you dilute it into noise. Pitiful. The crowd does not see passion in your flailing. They see desperation. They see a man unable to control even his own limbs, and a man who cannot command himself cannot command others. Machiavelli admired Cesare Borgia not for endless action, but for ruthless precision. Cesare did not act constantly. He acted exactly when and where it mattered. Men feared him not for chaos, but for the inevitability of his execution. It was his stillness that built terror, and his precision that delivered death. So refine your strikes. Keep movements minimal. Excess is weakness. Precision is power. Every unnecessary twitch is an admission of nerves. Anchor gestures to words of power. Do not let hands drift aimlessly. When you strike, let it fall on the exact word you choose, amplifying its force. Let stillness rule. Motion has meaning only when contrasted with stillness. Be stone until the moment of strike. Then gesture with lethal intent, like a dagger unsheathed. Stillness builds tension. Precision releases it like a blade across the throat. Understand, the sovereign's hand does not wander. It does not beg for attention. It commands attention through scarcity, through inevitability. One slow, deliberate gesture from a ruler outweighs 1,000 frantic flourishes from a servant. Internal mastery becomes external domination. The man who moves only with purpose enslaves attention itself. Each gesture cuts into the mind of the crowd. Each strike bleeds obedience. The chaotic man is ignored. The precise man is obeyed. Law 7. Wear the mask of a king. Rule your face, or it will betray you. The face is the greatest traitor you will ever know. While your words command, your lips twitch with doubt. While your voice declares authority, your eyes leak fear. Micro-expressions, tiny, pathetic betrayals, spill your secrets before your tongue has even finished its sentence. And the enemy, watching closely, sees you naked. This is how most of you are undone. You craft speeches, you rehearse words, you polish arguments, but your face betrays you in an instant. One nervous flicker in the eyes, one twitch of the mouth, one unchosen smile, and your authority collapses. All your preparation dies on the altar of weakness. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote that a ruler must appear merciful, composed, virtuous, even when he was cruel, ruthless, or deceitful, because image is armor. The sovereign does not need truth. He needs perception. A ruler whose mask cracks is a ruler already dethroned. For once contempt leaks in, power leaks out. So master this treachery. Train your face to stillness. Make neutrality your default expression, a fortress that cannot be read. Deploy micro-smiles like daggers, controlled, deliberate, timed to cut, not to please. A single smirk at the right moment can humiliate an enemy more than 1,000 words. Above all, rule the eyes. They are the most dangerous traitors. They must project only the emotion you choose, never the weakness you feel. To lose the eyes is to lose the throne. Understand this, the mask is not falsehood. The mask is sovereignty. Truth is irrelevant. Perception is decisive. The people follow the image, not the reality. The enemy fears the mask, not the man beneath it. Internal mastery becomes external domination. When your face betrays nothing, you weaponize perception itself. Allies see calm strength and cling to it. Enemies see impenetrable steel and falter before it. Lovers see control and desire it. Rivals search desperately for weakness and find none. The mask enslaves them all. The weak man wears his true face and is destroyed by it. The ruler wears the mask and becomes untouchable. Rule your face and you rule the battlefield of perception. For in the end, it is not truth that crowns kings. It is the mask.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the original books and resources we used today. We'll see you in the next one.